pretty early in the morning. It's about um, probably 4:30 or so. Just kind of awake thinking about the book, and the thought that come uh, across my mind was that just dealing with your environment when it comes to starting your life over, it's very important that you understand the environment and the power of environment and how they function in our life. Your environment does one of two things. It either will display your strength and develop your strength and enhance your strength, or your environment can develop and enhance or display your weakness. So, oftentimes, when we are in an environment, a certain type of environment, it will cause either our strength to stand up, to be on display, to shine, to be highlighted, or your environment can cause your weakness to stand up and to be highlighted, because uh, we all or don't want to display our weakness. Then the best way to control that and manage that, I should say, would be to manage your environments. So when I'm in the right environment, man, my best is what comes out. It's what's developed. It's what's promoted. And so when you start trying to restart your life and you really want to start over, you should consider the environments that you're in and be able to clearly define what 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 type of environment actually helps me and what type of environment actually helps me, uh, help or hurts me. So when I can determine the difference, then I can then make better choices and decisions toward the environments that I choose to be in. Because you must always remember that you are in control of you, and you should be managing you. And so when it comes to just trying to put your best foot forward, put your best self on display. It's going to be important to understand how your environments work. Just kind of woke up with that in the spirit this morning. So just wanted to try to get that out and articulate that out in the best possible way. It's been amazing to watch people in certain settings. Being a father of three boys and one adopted girl, it was interesting to watch how they function and how they flourish. And so, as my role as a father, I try to take on the responsibility of trying to put them in the best environment so that they could flourish. And that was interesting to be observant and to see how they function in life. And so, for example, the school choices of school colleges that they went to, it was interesting because I think that they chose the best environments to help them flourish for the most part. And so, with my oldest son and my youngest son, they went to a Wake Forest University setting, smaller school on a large scale, but a small school compared to the other schools in the conference. But the relational settings allowed them to flourish, allowed them to prosper, allowed them to do very well and have a good experience. Whereas my middle son went to an HBCU school, North Carolina A&T. Again, that setting allowed him to flourish. It allowed him to just maximize his potential. So your environment really plays a heavy part in being able to release your potential. So potential that is not released benefits no one. And so we want to make sure that the environment that I choose to be in, that is conducive to the potential that I actually have. I often like to use the example of buying flowers. My mother used to buy flowers, and she loved to grow flowers and develop them. And one thing I noticed she always would do is she would always read the little slip, the little card, the little identification card that would talk about the particular plant that she was buying, and it would have some things on it that displayed how much light it needed, how much water it needed, how much shade it needed. Did it need direct light or indirect light? And all of these things were designed to really help you put the plant in the possible position so that it can blossom, so that it can grow, and that it can maximize its potential. Your life is the same way. So when you get ready to, when you start to begin to plan and strategize about restarting your life, you want to consider your environment very heavily, because that can play a major role as to whether you blossom or whether you wither, whether you spring up or whether you wither and die out. And so those should carry heavy concerns when it comes to managing your environments. It's amazing what you can accomplish in the right environment versus being in the wrong environment. Even Jesus said that a prophet's not honored in his own hometown. So he was talking about the setting, the environment. When he was in his own hometown, he couldn't do many miracles because the environment restricted his gift. But notice when he was in the place, the right place that God had designed for him to be, miracles flowed. It's amazing activity that flowed and potential that flowed out of him, even Jesus the Christ. And so with us, we are made in his image after his likeness. And so because of that, the principles apply the same way. So it's important now for us to choose the right environment for us to be prosperous.